In an extraordinary televised meeting, King Bhumibol ordered the coup leader and the protest leader to prostrate themselves before him.
He had them kneel in front of them and he addressed them like feuding children, and he called them feuding children virtually. And he said, you guys have to stop this for the benefit of the people. Well, everyone liked that. But then if you look at his distinct words, he was very critical of the protest leader and did not specifically criticize the general. And then through the rest of that year, he defended the military. He did not defend anyone on the other side. The palace is happy to have the military enforcing things, making sure that who is in the Democrat government, who is the prime minister, is supported by the military and supported by the palace, and making sure that someone they don't like, Thaksin Shinawatra, is exiled out of the country.
The king does not align himself to any particular groups. There is a big misunderstanding, particularly in Paul Hanley's book, that the king relied on the military support.
But anyone who questions this risks a long stretch in jail. Once a week, Kitachai comes to the Bangkok Women's Detention Centre. His sister, Da Torpedo, is serving an 18-year sentence here for criticising the monarchy.
ผมก็ไม่คิดว่าจะออกมาลุกนี้ใช่ไหมแล้วไม่คิดว่าเขาจะตัดสินต้อง18 ปีเพราะการตัดสิน18 ปีอย่างที่น้องผมบอกว่าเหมือนกับการโทษเหมือนกับการคล้ายๆคนที่ไปฆ่าคนตาย
Da Torpedo's crime was suggesting the king damaged democracy by backing the coup. In her speeches, she seemed unstable, but the court sentenced her to 6 years' prison for each of 3 remarks.
เขาก็เคารพครับเพราะว่าเขาเติบโตมาจากประเทศในประเทศไทยใช่ไหมแล้วทุกคนก็ต้องเคารพหมดใช่ไหมแต่ผมก็ยังงงอยู่ว่าไอ้คดีอย่างนี้ของต่างประเทศมันจะไม่มี
So why does a civilized country jail a woman for 18 years for simply speaking her mind? That's a question that's long troubled Sulak Sivaraksa, a renowned writer and Buddhist scholar. He's a devoted constitutional monarchist, and as he points out, the king himself has criticised the lèse-majesté laws.
This law is harmful to the monarchy itself. The king said so himself. He said anybody bringing the charge of lèse-majesté is harming him personally and undermine the monarchy. This is from the horse's mouth.
And Sivaraksa has taken the king at his word. He's written a series of pamphlets offering what he believes is constructive criticism of the monarchy and the king's advisory body, the Privy Council. The king has never charged him with lèse-majesté, but police and politicians have.
This is the irony of this country. The police is a state within a state, and they all say they're loyal to the king, but they do entirely contrary to his speech. I wrote to them. I gave them the king's words. They just ignore it, unfortunately.
The fact is, it's become more dangerous to criticise the monarchy since the bloodless 2006 coup. The country is now deeply divided. There's the red shirts and a royalist group, the yellow shirts, who accuse Thaksin supporters of being closet Republicans. Both sides claim to be defenders of democracy. Both sides insist they support the king.
But how could you know that? If you have the law of lèse-majesté, those who don't love the king, they don't dare to open their mouth, would they? Even the red shirts, their hidden agenda is very clear against the monarchy. Have you interviewed any one of them? Have anyone said against the king? Of course not, because this law of lèse-majesté is so severe. It's awful. If you want to find out whether the people really love the king, let's abolish this law.
You can see the careful line the red shirts tread at their nightly rallies. From exile, Thaksin Shinawatra accuses the king's advisers of collaborating with the military.
พี่น้องครับผมขอแสดงความยินดีล่วงหน้าที่พี่น้องจะมีส่วนในการสร้างประวัติศาสตร์ไทยให้การเมืองมีการเปลี่ยนแปลงไปสู่ยุคที่อำนาจปกครองมาเป็นประชาธิปไตยเพื่อประชาชนจริงๆครับ
But he's careful to distinguish between the king and his advisors.
แต่พอประชาชนสบายรัฐบาลเข้มแข็งการเมืองเข้มแข็งไม่พอใจของอำมาตย์ครับจึงเริ่มกระบวนการปล่อยข่าวว่าผมไม่จงรักภักดีทั้งที่ไม่จริงครับขอบอกได้เลยไม่จริงครับ
Authorities have pursued anyone criticising the royal family directly, no matter how trivial the offence.
Truth is stranger than fiction.
Last year they made an example of Harry Nicolaides, an Australian teacher who satirised the prince in a passage of a book that sold just 7 copies.
This has to be a bad dream. It has to be a bad dream. It cannot possibly be real.
He was sentenced to 3 years, but received a royal pardon after 6 months in prison. He's now back in Melbourne and declined to discuss his treatment. The penalties sought for ties have been even harsher.
Hey, what the?
Chiranuk Premchai Porn runs a political website called Part2, which encourages free-spirited debate. She's careful not to post any criticism of the king, but one entry was deemed by authorities to be a veiled criticism of the monarchy. As a result, she's now facing life in prison. So, Chu, this is the day the police raided your office?
Yes.
And how many police came?
At least 10.
10?
Yep.
That's quite frightening.
Very frightening.
Yeah, and they came to arrest you?
Yes, that's something that I never think will happen to me.
Now, if you're convicted of the offences, how many years do you face in jail?
Maximum is 50.
50 years?
Yeah, 50
Half a
years.
century?
Yeah, I never think in that way.
You would die in prison?
Oh, maybe I can celebrate something in prison. But I hope not.
Yeah, but it's frightening.
Yep.
Yeah.
Premchai
Porn has been charged under a new law of computer crime, aimed at stopping the internet becoming a new forum for debate.
อันนี้เป็นวิธีหนึ่งที่จะทำให้เกิด self censorship เป็นเรื่องของการสร้างกลไกในการที่จะทำให้คนต้องหวาดกลัวแล้วก็กลายเป็นคนที่เหมือนกับทำให้ขนาดหรือว่าเรื่องราวที่เกี่ยวข้องกับราชวงศ์หรือว่าสถาบันพระมหากษัตริย์เนี่ย